Hi everybody, my name is Wes Lee. I fix band instruments for a living. Thanks for stopping by my shop today. Today, we're going to be restoring this old sousaphone. Great news, the school that grew another tuba player coming into the new marching season, so he's got to have another horn. Bad news, no money for a new horn. Even better news, vintage Conn 20K that still has incredible compression on the pistons, just needs some TLC and put back together. Come on, follow along. I'll zoom in. We'll start going through what we're going to be doing. Okay, so what we've got going is we can see here that the mouth pipe is probably cracked underneath. It's been covered in electrical tape. So we're going to get a new mouth pipe. There's a lot of damage here on this tube. This is a little bit rotten. I've actually found a vintage guard that they used to put on some of the models of 20K. And so we're going to modify that and put and cover this area. That'll be good. Slides are all stuck. We'll come over here. These bad dents will be taken out. We'll be going at it with the magnetics. Let's flip back around this way. Same over here. Big, almost as large as my fist size dents. And this that continue up all the way to the bell flange. On this back, really damaged. Bleacher damage all around here. So we have to be aware of this patch. This is area that's obviously a little bit softer. So this just continues all the way around. So overall, it's not in just terrible condition. It's actually, for its age, not so bad. We're going to start getting it all taken apart. Go ahead and take this mouth pipe off. Get the whole thing chemical flushed. And then we'll do the dent work. Solder it up. It'll be good to go. I've really liked using this jig that I made to hold my sousaphones. It's come in quite handy. Looks like those are broken away. There we go. Go ahead and clean these solder joints up while we got it. It's less to do later. In one of my other videos, I talked about how I made this sousaphone jig. If you're interested in seeing that, and we're going to remove this old nasty cap here. Like I told you, I have something better in mind. So I'm just going to go ahead and take this off. I want to expose the whatever issues. Clean the solder up off of this. All right, get the slides pulled. I had all these pre-soaked in penetrating oil. So that's a tip. If you ever have time to just let something soak in penetrating oil before you have to work on it, give it a few days, hit it a few times. It makes disassembly so much easier. I was really pleasantly surprised with how much compression that the pistons had. You know, we see a lot of these old ones that are just, they just had so many valve issues and been reamed out and whatnot to where they're not in very good condition. Lots of leaks. So, okay. And just like that, we're ready to put it in the chem flush. So I'll go do that, and then we'll circle around the bend on the other side and get to repairing. Ground the smooth on the cap so that I can use it as a radius and come in. There we go. Technique that I'm using when I'm driving, I'm pushing down. When I'm retrieving, I'm lifting up on the ball. So it's a drive, lift, drive, lift, drive, lift. Just think about Ernie's song, laying pipe. I'm going to do dent removal by hand. The reason that I came in and punched with this hollow ball from the inside is to raise this back up. And now with the punch marks are little high spots, so then I'll go back with the magnet and come over the top and smooth in a burnishing action to get all this back right. There you go. Okay, now that we have the dents taken out, we're going to fit the new mouth pipe. Rotate that. This is going to set down on the body. The old braces. This is going to fit good. A couple of clips. Make a test fit. Going to come back. I know all my parts fit together right. I'm going to put flux. You'll see that I don't like to use any braces, any clips when I'm soldering. I like to use as few as I can. I like the fit of my parts to be nice and secure. I'll make that first joint as a tack to put in, and I know that my mouth pipe is in the right spot. And I'm going to go ahead and tack this one here. So I know these joints are good to go. Now I'm going to go ahead and solder this brace. Great thing about this jig is that I can put this wherever I need it to be, so I don't have to be looking. So I've got my mouth pipe in place. I've got my first brace on. Now I'm going to flip it onto its side, and I'm going to solder into the first valve casing. Once I have that, now all I have to do is add this other brace. So I removed the patch from here earlier, and there's a crack in the brass of this tube. My donor body was another old Conn fiberglass. I guess it was the 20K, but it was the fiberglass version. And it had this cool guard molding that was going around here. Would have continued on and allowed the brace to be held on. Well, I'm going to add this to our piece here. I'm just going to section this off and then go in and clean that up. So I'm going to cut it here and then I'll mark everything out. Go shape it a little bit. That fits almost perfect. That is great. And I think that's going to look much better on the horn too. It's really important to control your heat. So you can start and stop the solder. Because when you have a piece like this, you have gaps. There's no way around it. I'll flip it over and do the other side. Okay, we've got this all cleaned up and ready to go. So now we'll just put it all back together and we'll see what it looks like when we're done. Well, all right, everybody. Thanks a lot for following along. The sousaphone came out great. The client's going to be super happy with this vintage 20K back in his arsenal. It'll be a lot better than what he was planning on otherwise. I couldn't believe how nice the compression was on these pistons when I did a test on it. So this horn is really going to be honking back to its glory. The dents came out really nice. I love the little guard piece that we put on here to act as a protector and really hid some of the defects that were there. At the beginning of the video, you saw that the mouth pipe, the lower mouth pipe, had electrical tape all over it. And so I did end up replacing it. And that's what it was. It's super cracked all the way down and folded up. So get out of here, junk. Putting on new stuff. So this one is going to be good to go and going to give another whole bunch of years of service. Thanks for following along. Thanks for watching. Thanks for the comments and the shares. I appreciate it. This is Wes Lee signing out.